Chapter 9. The four ran forward to meet Destiny. Scar hung back, shooting her tranquilizer gun and immediately igniting her metals. She wanted to stay away so that Destiny couldn't take that ability from her as he had done before. He easily used the force to redirect her shots, but she still kept firing. She wanted to keep him occupied. Murthius hung back as well. He leveled his staff and took a shot at Destiny, scoring a hit on his arm as Ceridian and Darren ran forward. He recharged and tried to shoot one more time, missing, as the other two finally got to where they could engage with Destiny. Ceridian and Darren fought, Darren using his gloves to catch Destiny's sword and to try to get the better of him. In one hand he held a green and white disc, a handcuff, to try to slow him down in that way. Ceridian fought with his staff, whirling to try to get the better of G, to knock him down. And Scar watched as the four of them ran after Destiny, who led them through this field of geysers and scalding water to try to fight him, and they were doing well. They took hits on each other accidentally here and again, but they fought well, and it seemed like they were wearing Destiny down. At one point, a red flash burst out of Destiny's scabbard, and Blaze entered the battlefield. Scar ran forward to put herself in between the horse and the rest of them. And she said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, we're trying to help. The sooner that we can, you know that this isn't right. This isn't G. The sooner that we can knock him out, the sooner we can get him to safety and help him out." Blaze slowed and nodded slowly, and she said, "We just need to keep him occupied and protect the others, please. That's all we need to do." And Blaze whinnied and trotted forward to enter the fray as well. At that moment, Ceridian had been swinging his staff forward, and Destiny moved out of the way, redirecting the block so it knocked Murthius off balance. And he fell on the ground right as a geyser went off, and he screamed out in pain. Scar ran forward to pull him out of the water, getting scalding water on herself as well in the process. She pulled him out, and his skin, normally gray, was black in places, and there was indigo blood oozing from parts of his skin. She reached into her pockets and pulled out a burn salve, hoping that it would do something. She tore off the top of his uniform and spread salve where she could, and went back to focus on the fight. As she looked back, she saw Destiny flinging Blaze's Pokeball into the woods. How she'd got him back into his ball, she didn't know. But the other two fought desperately. Darren had gotten one of his handcuffs onto Destiny, and he was trying to get the other. But Destiny jumped out of the way of one of Ceridian's hits, while at the same time thrusting forward with Talonthorn, and he caught Darren in his calf. He fell down on his leg and screamed out in pain as Destiny pulled the sword free and spun around, slamming him in the temple with the pommel. Darren fell down to the ground as Destiny spun around and disappeared into thin air. Traveled somewhere. Ceridian reached down to his traveler to go down to his device, but felt at it and saw that it was sparking. Destiny had broken it at some point during the fight. Scar would have gone after him, but this wasn't her anchor world, and she couldn't follow. She couldn't even see the portal. Darren managed to pull himself up to one knee, and before the others could stop him, he disappeared into the portal after G. Scar came forward to where Ceridian waited, anxious, watching the spot and hoping that Darren would come out. In the meantime, the colors exploded away from Darren, green and blue, and resolved into green fields and blue sky. He did an immediate scan around him and saw nothing, just the fields and destiny. Back to Darren. And Darren knew that he was stepping into a trap, that destiny knew what he was doing, but he had to do what he could. And he couldn't let destiny take G. As he stepped forward, destiny said, "You fight well. I'm impressed." Darren said, "Shut up, I don't want to talk to you. I'm here for G, to release him, and I'm here to protect this world." Destiny smiled. "You don't understand. No matter what happens, I am destiny. I am what is to happen. You cannot stop me. You can try, you can hold me back, but I will come. And I will fix the problems that you create." And Darren said, "They're not problems. If it's peaceful, if it works." Destiny sighed, "You're so blinded by the Profithians, Darren." He turned around, eyes closed, face completely emotionless, as he spoke to Darren. He said, "You are blinded by the Profithians. And by your mortal mind, you can't understand the forces that act in this universe and what must be." Darren said, "No, but I can fight for what I know is right and try to save those I love, like G." Destiny said, "You can try, but you will fail, Darren Wise, as you have before." Darren said, "That won't keep me from trying. I don't do it because anyone told me to. I do it because it's right." And there's a little bit of context. I forgot to say this when I was telling my story back before. Those were the exact words that I told Darren, sitting on my bed when he told me not to travel to the world of darkness. He said, who's making you go and do these things?" I told him, "No one told me to do it. I'm doing it because it's right." And I remember that distinctly from within destiny, as I watched him face off with Darren. With that, Darren ran forward. He let destiny come to him, saved the strain on his leg. But destiny did come forward with blade in hand, and Darren blocked destiny's blows with his hands, simply reacting to what destiny was doing and looking for any place where he could take advantage. Destiny was a perfect fighter, but Darren had been training his life for this moment, and he was ready. He knew that G was gone, and that others would suffer, and he would lose Ceridian, he would lose Scar, and he wasn't going to do that. He was ready to lose G, and he fought without fear of losing him. He was focused, and he fought perfectly, and managed to get the upper hand on destiny. And at a certain point, he felt electricity crackling in the air, as if he were siring himself, reacting to destiny's blows. However, the slightest misstep, he put too much pressure on his leg, and destiny pushed him back on it, threw him to the ground, and kneed him in his temple, same place where he'd put his pommel. And Darren's vision flashed red, and when it came back, destiny had him, holding him up by the front of his collar. He said, "You fight well, Darren Wise." Before I let you go, there's something you'd like to hear. You've liked my prophecies in the past. Here's another. The prophecy has been received, opposing parties each deceived. But with the third of coming day shall every word have been portrayed. An overthrow of great proportion set the forces into motion. But one more shall darkness see before the fatal siren be. He dropped Darren to the ground. He fell painfully on his leg. As destiny turned, I'll leave you to my associates now. He stepped back to the portal as Darren heard unearthly sounds. He looked up across the endless green hills and saw the faces of 4 beasts come over the ridge. With that, destiny smiled and disappeared, and Darren watched the portal vanish. End of chapter 9.